Welcome everyone to German Tool Reviews. Today we're going to take a look at the Wera Kraftform Kompakt VDE screwdrivers. This is a line of VDE insulated products that use interchangeable blade profiles. First, talking about the variety of the sets that you can get these in. They are divided into the number of pieces in the set with a couple of different blade combinations. For example, the 18 Imperial 1 set comes with Robertson square drives, while the 18 Universal 2 set comes with posi drives in its place. The main sets that come with two driver handles are available in 18, 17, or 16-piece sets. There are also some smaller sets available in 7-piece form that include only a single driver handle. Some of the sets from the catalog are not available in the USA or Canada because they include a 220-volt tester. The set that I specifically picked up for this review is the 18 Imperial 1. So let's go ahead and unbox this thing. Taking a look at the textile case, like most of Wera products in this form, it includes an embossed emblem of the contents in the form of a VDE screwdriver. The back of the case also contains a hook and loop surface that is intended to be used with their Wera to Go system. The case also opens and closes with another hook and loop surface. There are textile tabs on each end of the blade storage that will hopefully prevent them from coming out during transport. First immediate observation about the contents of this set is that there are two handles. The reason for this is just to make it a little easier when doing a job that requires multiple fastener types and avoids having to switch the blades as often. Talking a bit about these handles, the first thing you notice right away is how lightweight they are, with each coming in at around 39 grams. Compare this to the normal 817 handle that is used for 1/4 inch bits, which comes in at 54 grams, making it 32% heavier than the VDE version. Granted, these perform different functions and do have some design differences, but the difference is quite glaring and something you take note of right away. Now looking at the interchangeable blades, each is marked with the tip size and the model number. This is not the exact part number, but you should be able to infer it from the catalog using these two values if you ever need a replacement. Using a magnet, we can see that the metal shaft doesn't extend quite to the end part of the blade, but it is still well past the portion that contains the locking tabs. Also embossed on the shafts are the requisite approvals and test methods used to validate the insulating functions of the tool. In this case, the blades are rated up to 1000 volts and are tested to 10,000 volts. All of the blades in the set are not the slim form, which would add a step in the shaft to mold the insulation, allowing for a smooth transition from the tip. Also included in this particular set were 4 control cabinet keys that you often see in factory configurations of industrial control junction boxes. Depending on which industry you're involved in, you either see these boxes all the time or hardly at all. I did notice that these don't contain any metal insert and seem to just be a piece of injection molded plastic. I also noticed that the quality of these control keys was not up to the same quality standards as the other interchangeable blades in the set. Looks like mostly a worn out mold that is in need of replacement. The color of the plastic is also totally different in these, making me think that this might have been farmed out to another company instead of being made in-house. One final thing on these control keys is that they don't contain any of the requisite VDE approvals that were on the other blades. I assume that they are all still 1000 volt rated because they are in the VDE section of the catalog, but nothing marked on them indicates such. When ready to insert the blades, there are a couple of ways that you can do it. Probably the preferred method is to pull back on the release mechanism and slip the blade with little resistance. The second way is that you can just jam it in there in a field expedient manner. One thing I really like about this design is that the release mechanism is far out of the reach out of any place that you would normally place your hands while using the tool. Unlike some other designs that put a button on the side or end of the handle, it is next to impossible to accidentally release the blade. Another point of emphasis on this design is that the mechanism is preloaded with a small amount of tension that does provide a bit of movement in the axis of the blade. It is something that at first you aren't quite too sure about, but you get used to it and hardly notice it after some time. As for the reason for this design principle, my supposition is that it reduces the lateral movement of the blade, which is often a common problem with these interchangeable screwdriver systems. Now, speaking of the slim versions of these blades, there may be situations where you have an extremely tight tolerance counterbore fastener that does not allow the insulated part to fit in the hole. I thought at first that this might be a problem for something like these miniature circuit breakers, but I have found that the modern ones take this into consideration, and I haven't run into those type of problems on the stuff that I've seen. That doesn't mean that there isn't equipment out there that may have this problem. I just can't recall a situation where I've absolutely needed the slim version. Speaking of the two handles, the most common use I see here is where you have one fastener type to get into a panel or box, and the other to make corrections on subsequent terminal blocks. It really comes in handy when you have a lot of repetitive operations that require only 2 fastener types. This is one of those products that you aren't quite sure about when you first start using it, but I have found it irreplaceable, especially for situations when it is not practical to carry a complete set of regular insulated screwdrivers. You can just grab this pouch and go. I probably will replace a couple of these blades with ones that I might use more often, such as Torx. I don't really see myself needing the control box keys, so that's probably where I would store any additional blades. Well, hopefully you enjoyed that look at the Wera Kraftform Kompakt VDE system. Check out the link in the description of the full review. There are also some affiliate links in the description if you feel the urge to pick any of these units up. Have a good week, and I'll catch you guys next time.